Hi, this is Natalie again. Welcome to part 3 of my story. I left off just recently about being ready to change my life. So here we go, this is the exciting bit. What I did was I took 2 months out of my life. Time for me. Forgot about everything else. I packed my suitcase. I wasn't even well enough to say goodbye to anyone. I booked a flight. I had an intuition. I really believe that the universe looks after us and takes us where we need to be, one step at a time. We just need to open ourselves up. And I hadn't done that before. So for the first time, I opened myself up completely to the universe. I've got goosebumps. I told the universe I was going to take 2 months out for me, 2 months out to save my own life, and I asked it to help me. I had an intuition that from the universe that I was supposed to go to Koh Samui, so that's where I booked my flight to, and off I went. Again, like I just told you, I didn't say goodbye to anyone. I wasn't well enough. I didn't have the self-esteem. I was so embarrassed about how I looked, and it was just awful. So I went downstairs in a taxi on the plane, flew off. I arrived in Koh Samui, checked into my hotel. My first step, on day 1 I settled in, day 2 I started a fast. Again, I really wanted to change my life. However, what I found was it wasn't really helping me. I was still feeling, it was helping me in that I was taking weight off. I was feeling a lot more clear-headed. This was really good. The problem was, after the fast, I didn't know what to do. Now, I'm going to backtrack just a couple of days, because again, thank you, universe. When I was partway through the fast, and at this point I'm already worrying, thinking, geez, what am I going to do when this is finished, because I can't fast for the rest of my life. I was sitting in a steam box, and I met a lovely guy who told me he was here doing Candida. It was the first time I'd spoken to someone else who had Candida, which is why I think this is so important, because we need to know that we're not alone. There are lots of us out there, we're all going through the same thing. He told me about a beautiful girl whose life is to support people with Candida, and he recommended me to her. He was going to give me her phone number, but I didn't see him again. However, a few days later, in the same infrared steam box, I met that girl. She was sitting opposite me. I was talking to her, asked her where she was from. She told me her name's Alicia and that her mission is to help people with Candida. She was the girl he had spoken about. Now, for those of you who don't trust the universe, how do you explain that? Sometimes we can't explain things. We just need to accept them and say thank you. Now, oh gosh, she saved my life. That was about I honestly don't remember what day I was on when I met Alicia. It might have been the second to last day of the fast, or it might have been it was a 7-day fast. It might have been the last day of the fast. But I didn't know what to do. So, she popped me on a motorbike. She took me to a house. You might be like me. I had looked on so many different websites, and every website had told me something different. Some said you can eat this, some said you can't eat this, some said this is good for you, some said it's terrible for you, some said go back to antibiotics. My head was, Alicia she wrote me lists. This is what you can eat. This is what you're not allowed to eat. There were no in-betweens to start me off, you know, because I needed something that I understood. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. All of a sudden, I don't know if you're like me, but especially when your head's so fogged up and you feel drunk all the time, you're so confused and you just don't know where to start, and that's why it's overwhelming, and that's why we don't want to take the first steps up the mountain. We don't know where to step. Yeah, but this made it so much clearer. So I started eating exactly what she told me. She also gave me a list of herbs, which I started to take straight away.